What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we are talking about a little bit of sad news, whether you actually like the platform or not, and that is the fact that the Wii U is actually ceasing production this Friday on November the 4th. That is when, according to most sources, the final Wii U is going to be rolling off the production line, but to be honest, that's not that big of a surprise to those that have been paying attention the past couple of months, years, since the Wii U launched in general in 2012. Now, of course, we do have a couple of sales figures here, so 13.36 million Wii U units have been sold since launch as of the last day of September. So that makes it the second worst selling Nintendo console of all time, contrary to the popular assumption that it is actually the first, so at least they have that going for them. The first worst selling Nintendo console of all time, for a fun fact, is actually the Color TV game, which was made back in the 70s and sold about 3 million units. Now, to put this into perspective for people in the modern day world, you've got PlayStation Vitas, that's right, Sony's handheld console that is actually currently still being produced and games are being made for it and people are still buying it. You've got that versus the Wii U, and they're pretty much neck and neck. As of January, the PlayStation Vita had sold 13 million units, and like I said, as of the end of September, the Wii U has sold 13.36 million units. So assuming the Vita has sold at least a couple thousand of these things over the course of 2016, then you can pretty much say the Wii U is Nintendo's major home console that represents a generation, and it's done marginally better than Sony's abandoned handheld console. Now, on top of that, we've seen a lineup of games for the Wii U for 2017, and let's just say it's not looking so hot. You actually had two major first-party titles coming out over the course of 2017, and one of those is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a game a lot of people have been really excited about, and one that I still think is going to be one of the best sellers of 2017. And now you also have Project Giant Robot, a game that was announced back in 2014. It's gotten a lot of kind of reimaginings over the years, and it's pretty much all but not happening. So in other words, you've got one major first-party title coming out to the Wii U in 2017, meaning that that's pretty much all you're going to be playing if you still have a Wii U and are still actively playing it. Now, on top of that, we all know that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is coming out on the Nintendo Switch as well. So taking that into account, those that have a Wii U currently are probably pretty big fans of Nintendo or gaming in general, and chances are they're going to use their expendable income to buy a Nintendo Switch. So that being said, if you have a Wii U in your home and you have a Nintendo Switch in your home, and you're trying to decide where you want to play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, chances are you're gonna be picking the Switch over the Wii U. Now, that is not to say that the Wii U has been a complete and total loss. There are a lot of games that have come out that are going to be looked back on, and they're going to have historical significance, and people are going to remember them fondly. And one of these is actually Splatoon, that strange kind of shooter that came out a couple of years ago. And I have watched a couple of tournaments, I've watched some streamers stream the game, I've watched some YouTube playthroughs of it, and it looks to be a good time. I don't have it, so I can't say for certain if it has a long life or if I actually enjoyed it firsthand. But I will say that it kind of gave everyone below 10 and those that are looking for more of a casual, laid-back experience as compared to your Call of Duty or Battlefield, an entryway into the shooter genre, which is something that I feel has been missing from the entire gaming community for a pretty long time, and I'm glad that Nintendo is bringing that with them to the Switch with Splatoon 2 or Splatoon HD, whatever they decide to do, you know, the remaster they might bring to the Switch at some point in time if the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer is anything to go off of. Now, on top of that, you've got a Super Smash Bros. Game that has been a hit and is actually being incorporated into professional esports that are going to be broadcast on ESPN over the course of the next season. You've also got Hyrule Warriors, which is a game that didn't get a lot of the spotlight it did whenever it first came out, but it's actually still getting DLC as of this month, which is something that is huge in my mind. And of course, you have Super Mario Maker, which brings the tools of developers into the hands of a younger generation of game designers, as well as Mario fans and those that just want to kind of play around with the world that they've known since they were young. It's been a very, very prosperous generation for Nintendo, even if the sales don't show it. Now, that brings me to how are people going to remember the Wii U? Are they going to remember it with fondness? Is it going to be remembered as a mistake? I believe this depends directly on the success of the Nintendo Switch itself, because let's say the Switch is a success. It brings Nintendo back into the competition with Sony and Microsoft. People love it, developers support it. It's a win all around for gaming in general. Let's just say that is the best case scenario. scenario. If that does in fact happen, because of the design of the Nintendo Switch gamepad, the Wii U gamepad clearly had some kind of influence on that, and so the Wii U is going to be looked at as the precursor to the system that brought Nintendo back into the home console market as a true competitor. Now let's hypothetically say that the Switch isn't everything that people think it's going to be. Let's say that the developers do support it for 2 or 3 months after launch, and then support just kind of drops off from there. Let's say that the specs are want people to be the battery life is 45 minutes. All these bad things that would make it a complete and total failure. Let's say this is the worst case scenario. In that scenario, the Wii U will be remembered as the threshold of death for Nintendo, and the Switch will be simply entering through the door. So in conclusion, rest in peace to the Wii U, which again ends production this Friday, November the 4th. If you are interested in getting a Wii U right off the presses, I assume you can still order one from Nintendo. Otherwise, you can probably check your local GameStop for the next 5 to 7 years, because I guarantee there is a huge backstock of Wii U's for those that are interested, more than likely even the special edition ones. So there you guys have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, social media, whatever you might use. Drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about the Wii U ending production. Do you think it's finally time to call it quits? Do you think they should continue? Do you have a Wii U? Do you plan on ever buying one? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other content, I do upload new stuff like 3 or 4 days a week depending on the week. So there's always something new right here on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.